You need to trust in what you do. Once you have put something into your mind, don't let anyone else stop it anymore. If you continuously develop yourself, educate yourself, train yourself, seriously observe yourself, try to be honest with yourself, listen to the opinions of other people. And after all of this, you finally come up with a plan. This one now, don't doubt anymore. Why would I say that it is important to learn and concentrate on one thing specifically? Because this is the pure expression of what the Buddhist teaching or also the Shaolin teachings are about. We don't know what this lifetime is going to throw at us, what type of challenges we're going to face. Sometimes you ask, but why do you do it? How often will it happen in lifetime? Doesn't matter, even if it happens one time, I'm better be prepared. The children or your wife or your husband want to spend time with you, but they can see very clearly your body is there, your mind is not there. You're just not present. This is where you start the day. Because sleeping is for us winter time, you're stagnating. You're inside of yourself. Everything is calm, everything is quiet. Winter time, no birds outside, not many people outside. It's cold, you are at retreat. And after winter comes spring. Spring and winter time, how do they differ? For example, just by the feeling of you standing in front of your house, standing there in winter time, and then comparing it just to the feeling. Now spring is there. The grass already started slowly growing. The birds maybe already start singing. More people come out of the house, a little bit more smiling than usual. So you feel something is rising. And it is this type of energy, this type of feeling that we need to get used in our body first, because we want to develop something. I want something inside of me to develop. And this is why you need proper methods. Repetition is key, knowing the right methods. We don't know what this lifetime is going to throw at us, what type of challenges we're going to face. But therefore, it's always nice, also gives me a good sense of being prepared. If I just know that I went through a lot of things already, sometimes you ask, but why do you do it? How often will it happen in lifetime? Doesn't matter, even if it happens one time, I'm better be prepared. That is what I prefer. So restlessness, there is a nice picture you can always think about. We say is the monkey mind. You're jumping from one thought to another. What it means is you're maybe having contact with a lot of branches, but it's very difficult to really focus and concentrate on one thing specifically. Why it is important to learn and concentrate on one thing specifically? Because this is the pure expression of what the Buddhist teaching or also the Shaolin teachings are about. So the point is, it is about going deeper. Going deeper means it is going to give you an insight. And so what is Buddhist teaching about? To give you insight into what? Sometimes into your body, sometimes into your mind. So what's the problem with the restlessness? You don't gain insight because the monkey all the time is jumping too much and staying too much on that surface area. Now translated, it just means that on an average day, whatever job you are doing, you do it under your possible potential. Also, what it means is you can't really embrace what you actually have there. It's like you are at work, you are supposed to concentrate and work, write down your emails, but all the time you're already like jumping around, making plans for the weekend, who to call, or that you're hungry, or that you're thirsty, what movie to watch. This is how you behave when you're at work. Then afterwards you drive home and maybe the family is waiting for you. Yeah, it's a good example, but the children or your wife or your husband want to spend time with you, but they can see very clearly your body is there, your mind is not there. You're just not present. Sometimes the question just is, why do you have then the wife and the husband if you don't pay them the necessary respect and attention that they, let's say, deserve, or also towards your children? If it's a conscious decision why you don't pay attention to them, well, that's something different. Then it's really the question, why do you have one family then? But that restlessness can also mean it happens unconsciously. And maybe for you yourself, you don't realize it, but people around you, they realize very quickly if you are with them or not. And I just think that this is hindering you now in that picture of reaching that mountain or reaching that goal. It's hindering you because whatever you do, you don't do it properly. You jump from one to another. You maybe have touched many different surfaces, but you don't really have an insight into them. What it means, therefore, you need to trust in what you do. Once you have put something into your mind, don't let anyone else stop it anymore. That if you continuously develop yourself, educate yourself, train yourself, seriously observe yourself, try to be honest with yourself, listen to the opinions of other people, and after all of this, you finally come up with a plan. This one now, don't doubt anymore. The plan that before that you have well thought of, that you have taken time to establish it, where you spent weeks and months of figuring out should you really do it. It is this type of plan where skeptical doubt is not necessary. If you are still in the field or in that area of you are unsure, don't start the journey. If you're still in the field of, that mountain is so high, do you really think I can reach the top? But it looks dangerous. If you're still in that state, don't even start. This evaluation of your risks and should you and your benefits and all of this, you make that before. You make that in the moment where you still have time and space to look for yourself. Is it really what you want? And make a plan. This is what's happening in those. We call it 99%. You stay calm, you stay relaxed. Spend 99% of your lifetime relaxed. But that 1% is the other way. 99%, I'm a very peaceful person. I'm a very easygoing person, I think. And as long as I stay in the 99%, it stays like this. But if somebody forces you into the 1%, then at least it is my attitude which is like this, 1% is 1%. Inside the 1%, there is no compromise of jumping back into the 99 anymore. That's why the 99 is so big, because you have time to really think about what are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? What is it worth for you fighting for? This is the 99%. And the 1%, there is the no compromise. You decide, you walk the path, then here we go. What I relate to personally to this idea of that skeptical doubt. You shouldn't have it anymore.
When we talk about virtues or guiding principles, it's a little bit different. Let's say we talk about gratitude or thankfulness. There are people in this world where you would say, he's a really thankful person, he's a very grateful person. And other people you look at, you would say, he doesn't have it. Why he doesn't have it? Why the one doesn't have it and why the one has it? You take another one. One has discipline, other one does not have discipline. One of your friends, you know, is very, very loyal to you. Even you made mistakes, he was always your friend. Other friends you had problems, they were afraid, they run away. Okay? So why some people have this type of attitude and other people don't have it? I don't think it is something that you are born with and then afterwards, some people have it, some don't. But if it's not coming from birth, then there must be a way how to develop such things inside the character. Now just think about a moment, you could be the person, you could be that being who is going to create the perfect human in the world. What type of behavior, what type of attitude would such a human have? He needs respect. Respecting his life, respecting your life, respecting the life of everybody and everything and every being which is alive. Respect, yes. Makes sense, yes? A thankful person, once again. At the same time, to build something up, having patience, maybe having the appropriate amount of willpower. Sometimes if things are happening that are coming unplanned and you don't know what's the answer right now, what should I do? Enough courage to still go in the dark, even if you haven't been there. There are different virtues, okay? And some of them right now I just mentioned, and If you practice the Shaolin arts in the Shaolin temple, we know them as the so-called virtues of martial arts. Sometimes it's 10 virtues, sometimes it's 14 virtues. It really depends on how deep you go. It's not an invention even of the Shaolin temple, but you look at many, many different cultures, also the Japanese, when you talk about the codex of the samurai. Also them had a codex, a conduct of behavior. Why? Because once again, it's a guideline. It's a guideline you put on yourself, you keep on the mind. It's an idol. But it's not an idol of another person who lives out there. The idol is yourself, but the best version of yourself. This is the best idol. And so what you need to do every day is simply by, okay, did I behave at the moment as a thankful person? The way how I just talked to him or her right now, was that a respectful way of talking to him or her? Or the way how I handled the situation right now, was I courageous or not? Once you have such guidelines, then we think it is a way how you can improve your character in such a way that you bring out a very gentle and nice person about yourself. You're gonna benefit from it. People around you gonna benefit from it. This is what you can do if you want to change the world. Change yourself first, change the way how people around you feel, then already you have made small impact. You don't need to change the world trying to fix the problems on the other side of the world. If at the moment you still have a lot of issues in your very close surroundings. No problem, you can donate if somewhere is an earthquake. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about really the approach to keep up this mirror in front of you and watch yourself and stop blaming people, like always searching for an excuse, searching for somebody, why he did this and he did that and they are all responsible, I feel so bad. But they don't feel bad, you feel bad. So it's nothing that they have a problem, you have the problem. So in very simple terms, I had many teachers who always taught me, think first, then do. Think first. I'm not under pressure, I don't put myself under pressure. And because I'm not under pressure, that's why I can just look inside myself and see if I have the answers or not. Because sometimes I don't have answers to everything. So if I just directly reply because I want to reply, it's not the way how I do it, and it's not the way what I think how you should do it. Because it's very subjective. If you want to answer it, then it's very subjective. At the moment, everything I'm telling you right now, this interview, the last interviews, the last 50 interviews that I had, everything that I'm saying there, it's not my invention. It's not my invention. People before me already talked about it. People at this moment are also talking about it, but use other words. People in the future are going to talk about it and are adapting the way of how they speak and what vocabulary they are using. They are going to adapt it to the way and cultural necessities that there will be in the future. But what is it that they are channeling? They are channeling things that are simply observations of this life. I don't need to reinvent it. I don't need to think about what is the answer you want to hear, what is the answer people want to hear. I don't care about what people want. I answer you the question. And in order to answer you the question, I just have to look inside this life and see what type of experiences, what type of situations did I have? What situations could I witness from other people where I can observe the answer for your question? And this is, for example, when I try to think, when I try to stay calm, this is what I try to see in my mind. And then I just tell you what I see. I just tell you what the observation is. And you realize very often, also amongst the martial art practitioners and in the field of the martial arts, you can feel the people who know. And the ones that know, it feels like it's not coming from them. Nobody's in possession of the truth. Nobody's in possession of these methods. And therefore, I can only share with you as far as my experience has brought me. That's why I don't know all the answers. Sometimes I don't have answers. Before you start to share something what is wrong with so many people, better say you don't know and don't share. Yeah? Before you share something wrong, better don't share.